Updating you on our breaking news this hour. Officials say at least 6 people are dead and at least 325 injured after a 6.4 magnitude earthquake shook Albania. It struck not far from the capital, Tirana. Journalist Blendi Salaj of our affiliate A2 joins me live from the capital there. We're just getting a sense, aren't we, with the daylight about the level of damage and, you know, how many more people may be trapped there.
Hi, Matt.
Hi, Blendi. Take us through what you know.
Yes, okay. So this was a strange morning in Tirana. A lot of people woke up to a long, series of shakes. My family included. It was a little bit before 4 o'clock in the morning, and it was a hard earthquake. I got to tell you that in September 21st, we had another one, and we thought that was the big one, but it turned out this morning was the big one. And what we know so far is that 6 people have been confirmed dead. Over 150 have been injured in different area hospitals, and we've had several buildings collapse. So there's a rescue effort going on right now all over Albania in the areas that are most affected, namely the city of Durrës, which is a port in the Adriatic, and then a village town of Thuman, which is about 30 miles north of Tirana. We know that there are people under those rubbles, and they are screaming from inside, and there's a lot of volunteers and armed forces that have gone to the scenes and are trying to help these people out. 4 or 5 of them have been pulled out alive. We know of some other ones that have been stuck under, and they can't pull them out, so they're pulling all these building equipment and excavators and trying to help these people the best way they can. But it's a tough situation. It's a very strange morning. I mean, it's a Tuesday morning, and we were prepared to go to school. Schools are off for today, and the situation is different, and it's dire.
Yeah, desperate. Okay, Blendi, we'll stay updated with you. Thank you very much indeed. Okay, Chad, thank you. We can speak to journalist Blendi Salaj from our affiliate A2. He joins us from the Albanian capital, Tirana. Ongoing rescue effort, and people are still trapped.
Hi, guys. It's been a tough morning in Tirana this morning. Yes, so it's been a tough morning in Tirana this morning. The biggest one of the earthquakes happened at around a little bit before 4 a.m. So it was dark, people were sleeping, and they were trying to, take their kids out of the buildings. The buildings were shaking violently. And as you said before, there were about 3 or 4 of them that happened one after the other. So people got really scared. There's a rescue effort going on right now. There's a lot of volunteers who've gone out, and they're trying to help these people that stuck under the rubble, and that makes it difficult. It's already 2 p.m. local time now in Tirana and in the areas of Durrës, that's a port city out in the Adriatic, and then Thuman, which is 30 miles north from here, where they were hardest hit. There were some hotels that were on the beach, one of them 7 stories tall, and it crushed down to the ground. It became just a piece of debris, and there's people stuck underneath there. There's children, and we know of these numbers. 39 people have been pulled out alive so far. 13 have unfortunately been confirmed dead, and there's over 600 people who have different injuries, some of them hard and some of them not so hard, but they've been taken to area hospitals. But there's this outpouring of, support. They had the army from Kosovo that drove into Albania today, and their rescue efforts have joined Albanian rescue efforts to try and be close to these people. Keep in mind that it's going to get dark after a little while, so we're trying to get this, or as much as this, done before it gets to be nightfall.
Okay, Blendi Salaj from Albania, thank you very much indeed for that, and we'll obviously keep people updated with the rescue efforts there as night falls.
Well, a 6.4 magnitude earthquake has claimed the lives of more than a dozen people in Albania. The quake striking west of the capital in the early hours of this morning. At least 14 people are now confirmed dead. More than 300 are injured. Rescue teams digging through the rubble of buildings in a frantic search for survivors. Several people are still missing. Here's how one resident in a town north of the capital describes the destruction. And just a quick warning, he had a rough time escaping his house. The video you are about to see is somewhat graphic.
It was a real horror, so I tried to get out of my home and went through the glass door. Cut myself badly.
Journalist Blendi Salaj from our affiliate A2 joining us now from the Albanian capital of Tirana. What is the very latest at this point?
Well, Becky, we moved from Tirana. We've come to Durrës, where everything was worse this morning. And behind my shoulders, you can see there's a wreckage. There was a 7-story hotel, a beachfront hotel, standing right here just this morning. And then at 4 a.m., right before 4 a.m., we heard this roar, and we could feel the shakes all over the country, you know, mostly in Durrës and Tirana. And this building behind me came down, and there were people in it. There's currently a rescue effort going on. There's firefighters and police, and then volunteers who are trying to get this 30-year-old man out of the wreckage. They're getting close to him, but it's a race against time as the sun is coming down on the Adriatic now, and it's going to get dark and it's going to get harder. But this morning, it was a terrible morning for Albania, because people were asleep at 4 a.m. when these shakes came, and they were very violent. So we had 16 people now confirmed dead in the wreckages, and over 600 have been confirmed injured, and they've gone to different area hospitals to take care of them. So there's been this outpouring of support by people. There's tens of people standing right in front of me here on the beach, and they're silent because they're in shock, and they're hoping and they're praying that the person who's still stuck in that building there, or what's left of it, comes out alive. And there's hope that they will do so because they've been communicating with him. So the Prime Minister came on with a video message. He called for support and for people to stay strong. Albania does not get as many earthquakes. We're not used to this. We had one on September 21st. We thought that was the big earthquake, but this morning was far stronger, and it shook everybody out. So we've been feeling very depressed for the moment, but we're trying to get these people out of the wreckages, to take care of them. And there's been a big outpouring of support. Kosovo's special rescue teams have come. People are coming from Italy, from Greece, and other countries in support of Albania. It's a hard time for the people here, but we're going to get through it. And it looks like with international support, we're going to be able to make it. I mean, it was a Tuesday morning. People were trying to go to school and get about their days like they usually do, but everything changed in a matter of seconds. And it was about 30 long seconds, I should say, because the shakes where you felt like you were on the Titanic. It was like a huge boat, and it was really scary. So myself, I have 2 kids. We had to take them out of bed and then run out of the building, and there was plenty of people on the streets. They still are. They don't know where they're going to sleep tonight. There's been some camps being set up, so we're hoping for the best.
And these images, of course, all too familiar as we report on these incidents. Our prayers are with the victims and the emergency workers. How are authorities and the emergency services coping?
Well, everybody's woken up. Everybody's trying to do their best, honestly. The citizens, the authorities, the firefighters, all the rescue teams are on the sites. There's a few sites. There was one in Thuman, which is 30 miles northwest of Tirana. That's a pretty bad site, too, because 2 apartment buildings came crashing down over there. But, everybody's trying to do their best. And, it's a bad moment, but honestly, it's also a moment that brings people together. And we get messages from people that live in the United States, England, all over the place. They're trying to call for their loved ones and trying to communicate and trying to make sure everybody's safe. As I said, 16 people have been confirmed dead, and that number might rise. It's expected to rise, but everybody's trying to do their best. So it's also a moment of bringing people together.
Well, we appreciate your reporting on this. Thank you.
Blendi Salaj is from our CNN affiliate A2 in Tirana. Obviously, rescuers are still searching for survivors. Blendi, what are you hearing from the quake zone?
Well, they're working on the scenes, and there's several scenes throughout the areas that were most affected by the quake today. They're still searching for survivors. They're still trying to communicate with them. They can hear voices from under the rubble, and they're trying to pull these people out. And it's a full country effort. Everybody's trying to pitch in, you know, the best they can. And you got volunteers, you got police, you got firefighters, you got rescue workers all on the scenes and trying to battle it this hour. You know, I mean, it's already gotten dark in Albania, and they try to use the hours of the day, to use the daylight and pull these people out. And we've been, you know, following these stories, and some wonderful stories have been you know, reported throughout the day, but some sad ones as well, because the death toll now stands at 21, and it's expected to rise because, you know, I mean, there's been so much destruction. Nothing like this had ever happened in our lifetime. I'm 40 years old. The last time we had something like this was 40 years ago, so I didn't get to see that. And we didn't remember anything like this. You know, it's something you see on CNN. And by the way, I want to thank you guys for covering this story throughout the day and being on top of it. But everybody's pulling in together. It's been a hard time. It was at 4 a.m. this morning when we heard this roar first, and then this tremble, and it was violent, and it was shaking. And, you know, I had to pull my kids out. I got a 4-month-old and an 8-year-old, and we had to make it out of the building. And then we go outside, and it's full of people. Everybody's trying to stay away from the building and stay safe. 2 areas were mostly hit, and I can hear sirens behind me because they're still working, you know, at this hour of the night. But 2 areas were mostly hit. It was the port town city of Durrës in the Adriatic, and then Tuman. That's 30 miles north of Tirana here. And 2 buildings collapsed in Tuman. These were apartment buildings. About 15 families were stuck inside, and they tried to pull as many people as they could out. About 45 of them have been pulled out safe. 650 went injured to area hospitals, and there's camps now being set up, and everybody's working to the best of their abilities. We got, you know, the Red Cross, and all kinds of organizations, and people are pitching in, and you got these GoFundMe, you know, things going up online. So everybody's trying to do their best. It's a sad day, but Albanians are pulling together, and we've gotten some help from our friends around, you know, Italy, Greece, Kosovo have been showing up. So it's a good day in that sense.
All right, Blendi Salaj, thanks very much. And we know how critical the first 24, 48 hours are if rescue workers want to find survivors. Thank you for that.